Assalamualaikum to our panel. We are from group KA24 who would like to present about a study toward pedestrian usage and behaviour on Footbridge. So, I would like to invite my friend Adam HAIQAL to start the presentation.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhamad Adam HAIQAL bin SYARUNNIZAM, metric number AA190109. And as for today, I will be presenting the first slides of this presentation, which is abstract. Okay, actually, for this part, I will summarize the whole content of this project, including the location of our study, the objectives, the method that we use to conduct our project, and lastly is our findings. Okay, our study was conducted at two different footbridges in MOHD, which is at Astaka Shopping Centre, Sdn Bhd, and secondly is at Bentayan Bus Station, MOHD. This study aims to investigate the main factors that influence pedestrians' behaviour during crossing roads, and secondly is to analyse primary and secondary data that have been collected and providing beneficial solutions by giving control measures so that pedestrians can comply with this road safety. In order to achieve our objectives, we have conducted two different approaches to get the required data, which is through observation and questionnaire. After we analysing our data, we found that out of 75 people that have been interviewed, 60.7% of the respondents do not use Footbridge in order to save time. Other than that, we also found that majority of respondents, which is 94.7%, said that they never been fined by authorities for not using Footbridge to cross the roads. To overcome that problem, this study has recommended for the government and the community to cooperate in finding solution to provide a safe travel for pedestrians to cross roads.
Now, I am Haziqah Muhamad and our metric AA190876. I would like to present the part of introduction. So, in introduction, I want to intro about three elements, which is pedestrian, footbridge and road safety situation. So, go through the pedestrian. Pedestrians are very risky when they on the road, especially children. So, why children are more risky? Because children cannot assume road condition and vehicle speed, because children are not able to make accurate decision and think relevantly compared to adults that have been more exposed knowledge about road condition, safety and speed of the vehicle. This statement is supported by statistic sources from Morris that state that pedestrian fatalities ranked third highest after car and motorcycle fatalities for the year 2010 until 2019. Next element, footbridge. The purpose of building of a footbridge varies based on its location, but its core purpose stays the same, which is to connect pedestrians to a certain destination from a public transport. Meanwhile, a good footbridge needs to be built in a strategic location, which is the location is essential in building a footbridge. The creation of footbridge should be strategically located by taking into the surrounding conditions, such as the number of pedestrians, road congestion, congested area, and vehicle speed. For the road safety situation, the population growth among Malaysians is growing rapidly that lead to the increase of the vehicle and congestion of road users. The largest number of pedestrians is among 6 to 10 years old. Most of the accidents occur during night.
For this study, there are two objectives that we aim to achieve. Firstly, it is to investigate the main factors that influence the pedestrians' behaviour during crossing roads, and secondly, it is to analyse primary and secondary data that have been collected and providing beneficial solutions by giving control measures so that pedestrians can comply with the road safety.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad HAFIZ bin SHAHROL, number metric AA190280. Today I would like to talk about the methods that we use in this study. Okay, this is the flowchart that we use for this study. It has been simplified all the methods that we prepare for this study by following all the sequence in the flowchart. Okay, for the first step, we do background reading based on the current issue to obtain a suitable research title for this study. Okay, from the research title, we get the keywords based on the resource that we get. For chapter 1, we produce a statement of the problem based on the objective that we obtain from the research scope, and also question from the past research about the pedestrians who did not use the footbridge when crossing the roads. After that, we move to chapter 2, where the literature review for this study is produced based on the resource of that we obtain from the book, journal, thesis, and also article. Okay, for chapter 3, which is methodology, we choose 3 methods that's suitable for this study. There are 3 methods, which are observations, interview, and also questionnaire. Okay, based on the 3 methods, the research data that we obtain will be analyzed in chapter 4. All the informations that we obtain will be analyzed in detail to get accurate data based on the objective of the study. For the last step, we produce the chapter 5, which consists of the conclusions and also recommendations. That is the flowcharts that explains how this study done.
For the location identification in this study, there are 2 areas of footbridge was conducted, which is first is in front Astaka Shopping Centre, Ramberhat, and second is near Bentayan bus station. For data collection, there are 2 sources that has been collected, which is primary data, secondary data. For primary data, there are 2 methods we use. First is observation and second is questionnaire. For observation, we will figure out by providing checklist. By providing checklist covering the condition of footbridge and pedestrian behavior when crossing the road. Secondly, method questionnaire. We are conducted by using Google Form. The question is divided into 3 sections, which is footbridge condition, pedestrian perspective, and law enforcement. There are several forms of question used, such as CAT, scale, multiply choice, and checkbox. For secondary data, data has been collected by article, journal, and statistics from government and non-government official website.
Okay, for the secondary data, we have taken the statistic of deaths involved pedestrians from the government publications in 10 years from 2008 until 2018. Surprisingly, the statistics show the highest fatalities toward pedestrians still occur, and it very worse nowadays. Based on the death case data, in the range 8%, which are 5,306 people of all deaths involved in accidents, fatalities among pedestrians. Over the past 10 years, there is an inconsistency in accidents rates among pedestrians, as in 2009, the number of fatalities is 589 people, and the following years is 626 fatalities. After 5 years, the fatality rates decreased to 482 people, but in 2015, the fatalities rates increased to 511 people in 2006. These situations occur due to the perceptions of pedestrians who take easier the importance of the use of footbridge, like they did not use the footbridge when crossing the road, lazy, and also careless, that cause the use of footbridge to be decreased.
Throughout this study, the data that has been collected were obtained through 2 different approaches, which is questionnaire and interview, and there are 75 people in total. For questionnaire, it was constructed into two different types of question, which is scale question and straightforward question. For scale questions, it focuses on two elements of the study, which is the condition of the footbridge, and secondly is the perspective among pedestrians. Respondents were given options from number 1, which means that they strongly disagree of the statement given, and up to number 5, which means that they strongly agree into the given statement. From the questionnaire, out of 75 respondents, 34.7% of them strongly disagree to the statement that said that the footbridge is user-friendly. This is due to the fact that there is no exclusive lane provided for the handicapped, and this condition clearly doesn't consider the disabled people that wants to cross roads through footbridge. Furthermore, 26.7% of respondents claim that they are not satisfied with the footbridge's lighting. There are several people that mention that if the frequency of people that use the footbridge during the day is low, let alone during the night with bad lighting. The statement correlates with the next question, as it shows 37.3% of the respondents rarely use footbridge whenever they want to cross roads. For the next type of question, I will pass the presentation to my dear friend Haziqah.
For straightforward question, there are three elements that we focus, which is footbridge condition, pedestrian perspective, and law enforcement. Respondents were given the option yes, sometime, and no. Based on element footbridge condition, out of 75 respondents, 50.7% said that they ever seen any crack on the footbridge structure. Throughout the element pedestrian perspective, 60% respondents state yes, that they cross the road without using footbridge to save time. So, this question also related to the next question, that is, if you had the choice of either using the footbridge or not, what will be your choice if the footbridge is located far from you? So, the 48% of respondents chose yes for the question, for that question. So, from the two elements, it can reflect that law enforcement in that study location is weak. It is due to the question that 94.7% of respondents never ever been fined for not using a footbridge, and 88% of respondents also state that they never seen advertisement or announcement regarding to the campaign to promote the use of footbridge to the community. So next, I want to go through to the method interview. In this study, we are randomly interview a few people that known as the worker in that area of study to talk about the perception of footbridge condition and maintenance, and one of them state that the authorities will take the maintenance after receiving many complaints. Other than that, women in this picture state that the footbridge stairs are quite sloping for use, especially the elderly. Now, this is some image capture from the top of the footbridge that show the behavior of pedestrians in study location.
Okay, for the conclusions and recommendations, based on the study that was conducted at two selected footbridge, which are Haziqah Shopping Centre Sindia Berhad and also Bentayan bus stations, the main objective of this study has been achieved. Okay, from the analysis that we obtained from 75 respondents show that the major factors contribute to pedestrian usage and behavior on footbridge are based on the footbridge conditions and pedestrian perspective. The statements of the conditions of footbridge was supports based on 22.7% of respondents expressed dissatisfactions with the maintenance of the footbridge, while 26.7% of respondents dissatisfied with the footbridge lighting. Okay, other than that, 34.7% of the respondents state the footbridge is not user friendly to elderly and also handicapped. Meanwhile, 60.7% of respondents show the perspective that they did not use the footbridge because they want to save their time. Okay, For the recommendations, law enforcement and the implementations of campaigns to encourage the use of footbridge should be improved so that the pedestrians were more serious to take in the right actions to cross the roads by using the footbridge facilities. Therefore, local authorities need to emphasize on pedestrian safety measures on the road to ensure that the management of fatalities and pedestrian safety in our country is more strategic and safer.
Lastly, this is our reference that we refer in this study. So, that's all from KA24. Thank you.